Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to be back. I got terrible migraines after I recorded my weekend vlog. In my last video, I had like 7 migraines, probably about that many, back to back. And I was just knocked on my feet for, it felt like 2 weeks. Glad to be back, glad that's over with. I hope that they don't come back, praying that they do not come back. Vin actually was laughing at me because I was wearing his work glasses, just like wrapped up in our bed, just like laying there with like sunglasses on, and it just looked like I was dead. And long story short, I'm doing better and I'm so happy to be back. Today I thought it would be super fun to go back. I don't know if I shared it on my intro video, but I published a poetry book in 2017 called The Bees and the Butterflies. This time in my life was very different than where I am now. I am not the same person, obviously. I'm not this person anymore, and I thought it'd be fun to go back and read my old poems. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, and I actually am also going to be showing you guys a sneak peek because I am currently in the process of finishing up a fictional book, and I am so excited about it, and I thought it'd be fun to read a new poem in it, because there's also going to be a poetry section in this book because I love poems and you can't go wrong with poetry. But let's get into it. So, I think I marked like 12 that I was going to read to you guys because I just want to like break these down and like explain where I was in this time. Thought that'd be kind of fun. So we'll start with this first one. Also, I'll add this. Anna Stewart did the illustrations for this book. The front has a bee and a butterfly, and then on the back there's some flowers, and it says, "Fill these pronouns with names that match your narrative, not just mine." So poetic. It was 2017, so I was, God, how old was I? I think it was 18. I just graduated high school. Anyways, this is the first one. It says, "When you feel like your wings are crushed by hands that didn't care to rip your wings off like rose petals, you must never forget who you are. You're going to go so many places." I love that poem. I do. I love it, but it's just so... When I read this, I see a naive, young, teenage girl that believes in herself so much, and I don't mean that to sound so sad and brutal, but truthfully, I read this and I just feel like I feel my childhood self reading that, like my young, immature almost and unrealistic self. I still have that positivity for sure. I do believe that I'm going to go so many places, and I believe that many people are going to go so many places. It's just, I lack that confidence, and to be brutally honest, I just lack a lot of confidence currently in my life. So whenever I read that, I miss that girl that had a lot of confidence. But she really didn't also. She struggled a lot. She had a lot of self-doubt, and but she hid it a lot. She didn't show it to the world as much as she does now. So I feel like I'm talking to myself in like third person, but it's fine. This is the next one. This one's sad. This one is really sad. This is probably this one really breaks my heart. But it was May 4th, 2015, so I was obviously younger. "I'm starting to see my ribs. I stopped eating because of him. I lost everything in a crowd of people, getting my heart betrayed by my so-called friends that I call friends but aren't even close to that. I feel like people are playing duck, duck, goose with my feelings, getting my hopes up. Pick me, I say in my head, but they never do. Feeling rejected. We've all been there. Trying to fill the holes in our mind and in our souls, but we never can because we are too attached to our selfish ways. And it is May 4th, 2015. On this day, I am tired of feeling this way." This is where we all snap. But, yeah, that one's really depressing. I struggled a lot in this phase of life with just feeling like the world was out to get me, honestly. I felt like everyone hated me. I felt like my friends hated me. I didn't feel like anyone liked hanging around me. I hated my laugh because I have a really weird laugh, and a lot of people would not make fun of it, but they would laugh at it, and I just didn't understand at that age what they were laughing at or what they were, I don't know. It's hard. I just really felt alone in this time of my life, but I also was fine being alone, honestly. I really was fine being alone, and looking back now, I did that to myself. I it was me. It wasn't my friends. And I whenever I read back my books and my poems, I feel like that. I feel ashamed of myself for thinking the world was out to get me. And I think that's something that we all have to learn whenever we grow up, is just finding ourselves and realizing that no one hates you. It's just all in your head. So you learn that though, and it comes with time for sure. It is hot in here. It's so hot in here. I also need to eat something, but we'll worry about that later. Oh, this one. This one, I really like this one. It's called Strained. I didn't realize I didn't even say the titles in those other ones. Anyways, we'll start now. This one's titled Strained. And it says, you feel like a strainer. No matter how much water, no matter how much effort you put into it, it just drains out. Wasting your time on things that don't matter. Watching the water run down the drain along with the tears. You feel like you can't keep doing this much longer. You must, because one day someone is going to come into your life and you are going to do a complete 180. You'll forget about the time you spent trying for someone, realizing he was the strainer and you were the water. I love that idea of somebody being a strainer and you're the water, because it's just such a good visual of whenever you're trying so hard for somebody and it just goes down the drain and it's not honored how much work and effort you're putting into something. And I think we all experience that with whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, dad, brother, sister. Like, you feel that with somebody in your life of just they're never honoring how much love and support you're filling in their cup. And I felt like that again with a lot of people. I felt like I tried so hard, and I think this actually has to do with one of my good friends at the time. It's hard whenever you want so badly to keep a friendship going and they're just already gone. They don't care about you. They don't care how much love you're giving them. They're just not wanting to be a part of your life anymore, and that's okay. And I writing this book, I had to learn that. I had to learn that it's okay to lose people. This one's titled I Told You So. It's not my fault. I told you how the story ends. You had to see what happens, so you read the next chapter. And now you're sitting in your bedroom in tears because you thought he'd still be here. I think this was inspired by a book that I read called All the Bright Places. It's just about how you expect somebody to be there in the end, and you know they're not going to be as you're reading the book, and you're like, I know these people are going to break up, or that he's going to die, or it's just going to end tragically. And I think this goes for, we love hopeless romantic novels, and we love getting our heart broken. Oh, this one. So this is my first, how do I word this? This was my first getting with a guy that does not give two, bleep this out right here, two about me. Truthfully, that's exactly what this poem was. It's called Aftertaste. I was used to his green eyes, but I felt as if I could get to know his blue. We talked for almost an hour when he pulled my hips onto his lap. We started kissing and I started feeling my pulse again. In that moment, I tasted hope on his lips, but now when I think about it, all I tasted was a douchebag trying to screw me over. He just wanted me for one night so he could move on to the next girl. Mic drop. When I remember writing that and being like, oh, like in my room just like screaming, like, I can't believe I wrote that. And I just remember like that poem was like how I got my anger out and how I was just like, I hate you. Why did you do that to me? Why did you say that you just wanted me for a makeout session? Like, oh, I was so mad at that. I forgive him. I do, and I think that it was just something he had to learn in that phase of life. And he's actually a great guy now, so shout out to you. I'm not saying your name, but you're a great guy now. I'm like reading this and it's really overwhelming me because it's just sending me back. Okay, so this one is called Just Today. I don't feel pretty today. Everything I put on, I end up taking off. Every way I try to fix my hair, I end up taking it down. I feel insecure today. I feel like everyone is pointing at my flaws, noticing my under eye circles, and that I don't feel good about myself at all. I just want to cry today. And no, it is not the time of the month. I feel like this constantly, possibly twice a week. I just want to be pretty today, just once out of the 365 days. I mean, I still feel like this on some days, and I think that we all do, where we just don't feel good enough and doubt everything that we are. This is going to be a really sad video, and I don't mean for it to be at all. I really want to read this to you guys to show you that it is totally normal to feel these feelings. Anna actually drew a picture on it. I don't know if you guys can see it this far. I'll put like a picture of it up here, but it says, so alone, nobody likes me, not enough, and I am worthless. And it's like a girl's silhouette of her head, and you feel down for a little bit, but you always get out of it. And in that moment, you don't feel like you're going to get out of it, but you always do. And you feel so loved and beautiful and seen by all your friends and moments. And then one moment you feel let down and alone and discouraged. And that's just the constant cycle of life. And we all experience it in our own ways. This one is called Lemonade Stand for myself. It says, I have come to the conclusion that you can't help everyone, but the only person you can is yourself. People always told me when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Make lots of lemonade for myself. I don't remember what actually sparked that idea. I think I just remembered the line, you know, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Like, that's what everyone always says. And you always, whenever you hear that phrase, you're thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna make lemonade, but that's all I'm gonna do is just make the lemonade. Like, who am I making the lemonade for? So I wanted to add more to it and say, it's for you. Like, you are making something for yourself. And that's what all of us, I think, spend every day trying to do, is make something out of ourselves and find purpose in life. And sometimes it's as easy as making lemonade and feeling proud of your accomplishment for just making lemonade. Like, that's such a good accomplishment, like making lemonade. You did it for yourself, and that's awesome. And even if it's something so small or something so large, it's rewarding. This next one is called Atomic Bomb, and it's actually a song that I wrote. So I guess I could just sing it. Let's just sing it. Okay. I'll be pulled by my tears, and it will cause destruction, like I have over the years to my friends and my parents. I'll be sucked underwater, it will cause an explosion, like my anger and sadness has built up since I was 15. So that one was about just, again, the anger that I felt towards my friends and my parents, and feeling just angry and sad since the age 15. Like, I truthfully think in my timing of life, from 15 to honestly now, 22, I feel like I struggled and struggle still a lot with feeling like my sadness totally keeps me from happiness. And obviously that's so, of course, that's a stupid sentence. I shouldn't say that. But it does. It just keeps people from moving forward. And this is hard. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot thinking about it. But I think that we all feel trapped underwater, and getting out is a lot harder than what a lot of people make it look to be. And that's the ugly part of social media. I think that that's probably a big part that stemmed with that poem, is I just was so angry at seeing all my friends just being able to go to pep assemblies, and seeing all my friends being able to go out on a Friday night. And I just was so sad that I just wanted to stay home. And that kept me from feeling loved, because I put myself in a situation where I isolated myself and wanted to stay away from everyone. That's something I'm working on. I think that we all can work on that. I think that that's, in that phase of life, I should have been better at knowing that people love me. But I learned that now. You know, we grow up and we marry a beautiful man and find people that love us, and that it happens. It comes around, I promise. Okay, I'm actually going to end this book on this last one. So this one's called Keep Chasing Your Dreams. I hope to hear about you someday on TV, or read about your accomplishments in the newspaper. When I am in my home at age 43, you can do anything. That's the goal I have latched onto since I was 16. To let people know you can do it if you believe. But remember, don't let your dreams stay dreams. You must wake up and thrive in order to succeed. Love lies inside of every single one of you butterflies. I'm sorry I had to add that effect, because that's exactly, I was just like, every single one of you butterflies, all my readers, I love you all. So that was just kind of like the punchline of this book, is there's love in all of you butterflies. I was going to say that I've heard this beautiful story that I don't remember who told me it, and I've always thought of it ever since they told me. And it's this story of there's an old man strumming on his guitar in his bedroom. And he's, 85. Let's just say he's 85. And he's strumming on his guitar. And his grandchild walks into the bedroom and sees him strumming his guitar and, crying his eyes out. Sad, but the boy asked his grandfather, Grandpa, why are you crying? What's going on? And he said, I didn't chase my dream. And he's just playing the guitar and just sobbing. And he told his grandchild, I didn't fulfill my purpose. I didn't believe in myself enough. It's sad, yes, but it inspires me every day. I always think of that story and think, I don't want to be that 85-year-old man strumming on my guitar and feeling like I did not try. I hope that inspires you to just try. And the only person that you are living for and trying to, what am I trying to say here? The person that you are trying to fulfill your purpose is you. And if you're a Christian, that's God for you. And I think that a lot of people forget that you are working for yourself and no one else matters. If you're rude and you're mean, then yes, there's a problem. But if you're fulfilling, music, art, drawing, if you're a writer, if you like to play basketball, if you're into sports and all of that stuff, the list is never ending. All that matters is you and just trying, and no one else matters. It's just their background noise. Worry about yourself, chase your dang dream, don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. And if they do, send them my way, and I will, just kidding, I won't fight them because I'm not that type of person, but I will put them in their place and tell them to leave you alone because you deserve to try, and we all deserve to try. That settles that. You can actually purchase this book on Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. Just look up The Bees and the Butterflies, Berkeley Claiborne, and it will pop up. Anyways, go buy my book. It'd mean a lot to me. I'm gonna end with reading you guys a new poem from my new book because why not? I don't know. I'm gonna read this and you guys tell me if you hear a difference or if my writing is still the same. Comment below however you feel about it. If I've grown or if it sounds similar to my old work, just because I'm curious, because I don't know. I don't know how different it is. This one's titled Room for Letdowns. My life changed drastically in the past year or two. Rewarding and fulfilling it has been. But there's always been a space open for letdowns. And for some reason, possibly because I am maturing or becoming overly mundane, that when the uncomfortable foreboding takes a seat next to me, I don't cry anymore, or not as hard as I used to. But I do scratch at the stress rash on my left hand, and I do pull at my clothes, scared of what it's about to do or say. Biting the dry patch on my top lip with my bottom teeth, I now brace myself to avoid safe face. But most importantly, I prepare for it by sitting at the edge of my seat, ready for anything. I can't really tell a difference in my writing, but I feel like it is more mature sounding. As I did say in that poem, I said I'm maturing. That's that poem, and that's going to be in my next book. I hope that you guys enjoyed me reading through my old poems and my new one. I hope that you guys also found something out of this and realized that you are worth it, and your art is worth it, and no matter what anyone else says, it's worth it. And I just want to let you guys know that you are not alone in anything that you're feeling. I think that we're all pretty rad people, no matter what anyone else says about us. And yeah, so that sums up this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And I will see you guys next Tuesday.